Hello everyone, my name is Phoenix, and welcome to Kona. I love this game. I've been waiting to get around to it for a while. It was on sale for $1.49, so I finally picked it up. Hope you enjoy. This opening seems relatively decent. If it'll load.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done. They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
There's no way this is 50 miles an hour.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Oops. I wonder if it's possible to die in this game. Oh, no. Invisible wall. Sucks. Would have been a really good start to this playthrough.
Hamilton never mentioned a road blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it. Still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself. Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business. William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here. The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, the target would become the man himself. Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
sitting in that car, not car, truck, for a few hours with it running, and it's not out of gas, it's not damaged.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore. The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help. Such heart-wrenching Nordic poetry
Isabel,
that
who
was.
gave meaning
But
to
Carl
everything,
didn't care
when you
much about
disappeared, so
flowery
did
language.
purity. I would defend purity against the winds, the tides, against ice and blizzard. So for sure feels similar.
This deep in the country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it. The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. Even better than he had hoped, Carl Faubert had succeeded once more and was now on his way to new adventures.
Where to get wood? Oh, wood. Nice, nice, nice.
Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
Truck like this at a cluster that went up to 120. Maybe I'm crazy.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes, the Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry. Jean-Luc Bédard had without a doubt been the closest man in the village to William Hamilton, otherwise known as Uncle Willie. The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Very loud.
A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit. Something fell to the bottom of the box. Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed, There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close, that the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized. Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him? An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
Sail. Nice.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears?
I can assume I didn't cut the... Yeah, the electricity's not on right. Thought I was locked in for a second. What the heck? Starting a fire here.
Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
Thanks to beat my mic. Sorry, guys. I don't have a lantern or a flashlight. I do apologize, game. Or do I have a flashlight? I do have a flashlight.
The crowbar was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
Keyword there is yet. We'll deal with that in a second.
Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one. The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Does that mean that this place has electricity now? No, it does not. Where do I go about finding duct tape at? Probably on one of the shelves in or probably not. Oop, there's a thing.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Enough power in here. Garage. Perfect. Oh, I didn't turn off the other one. I feel so dumb. So open it up, turn that off, turn that on. Okay, we should have power now. Jesus. Every time I walk by that fire, it saves the game. It's pretty funny to me. What? What do you mean? What was that other noise? Oh, it was the truck. The truck was the thing making that noise. It sounded like a freaking...
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point.
Now we may begin our investigation.
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first. Prints? Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was it a possible lead? Carl felt that the store and its surroundings still held their secrets, and he didn't like to miss out. Carl wondered what the hell could that thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
That gun bent backwards. That sound.
All of a sudden, Carl felt like he was pulled inside a world of dreams, a cold, unknown dimension. Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp. To all appearances, this was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
The beast enjoys long slumbers. Its sanctuary seems impregnable. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out. Think like a hunter. The beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. It terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming. But they feel its presence, a cold dread grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me, I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of a taut wire. The beast is getting closer to the villagers. It moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of winds along with it. I tracked it to no avail. I do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know that it is a work of the beast. Its attacks curdle the bloods of its victims. White men know. Okay, there we go. Hopefully everything's okay now.
What could these engraved numbers mean?
739.
A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl. Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water. What happened? Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified in ice was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself. That had to be the worst parking job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts, or not.
Can I not get into the passenger? Okie dokie. I wanted to make sure I was still recording. Very odd.
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. And when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers can catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I'll have a nice stock of notes I'm going out to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I'll have to close down the shop, unless you would like to come fill in for me. I wouldn't dare advise you after all. You must know it's done, since it's yours now. With kind regrets, regards, your dedicated manager, Gilles, or it looks like Giles.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone. Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there. Carl was beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The seeker had sought.
supposed to be looking for is way back there. There's a house on the main road. Which is going to be that way. Straight up here to the left. Oops, I hit his mailbox. Just about. This is the wrong person's house. Am I stuck on something? I get whose house this is, but I can't see well enough to drive. Such a long drive. The reversing in this game is horrible. But I like it. This is also the wrong. Ah! Is there like wording on this? No? Okay. Lordy B, I just sneezed really bad. Nope, wrong house again. Sex over Patriot. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is live. Oh my god. Ah, crap. Am I driving this far to get down? No, I'm just fully turning around pretty much. I obviously failed my 3-point turn. What if it's that house all the way at the bottom?
Sometimes, and especially around here, people are so possessive with their land as a dog is with hydrants.
This is also the wrong house. Such a sad day. So mad if I review the footage on my mic audio got deleted after that first instance of my drive. So I can't go that way. Is there a way around this tree? logic, since I've now checked all the houses except one, theoretically, the one down there, no, there's two. Okay, so we have two houses up there, Jeff. A house. Okay, it's this way. There is a house this way. Wrong house. So the last one down is his house. Stuff. Okay, back on the road. Crap. I guess we'll continue this in the next video once I figure out where he lives. I will see you all in the next one. I've accidentally gone way too far. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day, evening, night, or whatever time you watch this. Hope y'all thought my commentary was funny. And I hope you want to see more of this game. See you in the next one.